Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Coach E. You guys, I am your mindset coach, your mindset specialist. We are live on multiple platforms today: Facebook, YouTube, not Instagram, not today, TikTok, and Twitch. So we are live on multiple pages, multiple channels. Make sure you guys are following Mind Your Mental Podcast on YouTube and follow it on Facebook. Follow it on Instagram if you haven't followed us on Instagram. On TikTok, you guys know to follow us there as well. I post all the clips pertaining to the live streams there and other platforms as well. But if you want a replay of the show, right? Spotify and YouTube. Make sure you guys go ahead and search Monumental Podcast on both of those streaming services so that way we can get access to this conversation if you're going to miss it. Um you know he's not a new face, right? Just thought that. I think he's like right here. I think he's right here to me. He's not a new face. He's not a new face. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people did request him to come back. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely wanted him back because the last time we had this conversation or a conversation, it was amazing, right? So I'm gonna let him introduce himself and let you guys know what he got going on. Go for it, brother.
I ain't no problem, man. And again, I'm happy to be back. You know, the fact that people requested it, but even if people didn't request it, bro, I had such a good time up here the last time that I'm like, we got to make this happen again anyway. But
Absolutely.
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Jordan Smith. I am a life coach, mental health advocate, professional speaker, based out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm the founder of the Men's Mental Health Cookout, one of the largest gatherings of men in the name of mental health. And I'm looking to continue to connect men with therapy and get them started on their healing journey one step at a time, man. So I'm just happy to be here, share this space with y'all and share a little bit of wisdom, man. So y'all can follow me on all platforms at Jordan Speaking, and you'll find everything from there.
You know what's crazy? I'm excited for this year because I feel like
Me too,
every year has changed when you've done the mental health thing. Like something shifted, like you know what I
Yes.
mean? When you did it. Like last year, it was just I think it was a bigger crowd last year.
It was a bigger crowd and the location was different.
That's true.
Because you first came to the one when it was still in my backyard.
Yes. Yep.
So
That was the first time I went there. I was just a part of the overall crowd, right? In regards to that, just kind of getting the feel for everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never experienced anything like it. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have
it's
anything
different,
out
man.
here. Yeah, we don't have anything out here like that, right? So it's just like to even see men congregate like that. First of all, amazing, right? Can we
Appreciate it.
say that? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I gotta give you your flowers on that before we even start this conversation because that's
Yeah,
not
I
something that's
appreciate you,
even
man.
it's not something that happens. It's
No,
not.
but
It's not something that
to get a
happens.
bunch of men to do anything together that's not like going on a trip to Colombia or going to the club, like it's hard.
It
So
is.
to get
It's a
them to come
difficult
together
thing.
for mental health was different.
Yeah, man. And you did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you understand how much of a feat that is. Like, you did it.
I'll be trying to wrap my mind around it, man.
Like, you know what I'm
Sometimes I
saying?
get so caught up in trying to make it bigger and better. I don't always look at the like, but you did
you
it
have
though.
you did it. Like, and not only
Yeah,
did you do it once, you did it twice.
yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
it's a different environment, and you continue to keep doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I seen that trailer too. That trailer was fire, by the way.
I appreciate it, man.
That
Yeah,
trailer
man.
was fire, by the way.
Still,
You know
I'm
what I'm
I'm I'm,
saying?
I'm gonna drop the official flyer soon, but that
Somebody
little
said, "Whoa, I
teaser, I
thought
was
there
like,
was
yeah,
two
this
of
the
you."
one.
I can't stand y'all. All right,
Yo,
listen,
I hate y'all.
listen. Let me tell y'all right now, okay? That is not my brother. That's my brother, but that's not my blood
Yo,
brother. Okay,
no blood relation at all.
no blood relations. Okay, that we know of. Like,
Y'all gotta stop saying all black men with a beard are related. All right,
yes,
we're gonna cut
but
that out.
she said, "Whoa, I thought there was two of you."
That's crazy.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
What's up, sis? Welcome in, welcome in. If you can, please share out the live and tap the screen. If you can, please, I appreciate you. But yes, bro, I'm excited.
Yeah,
Part
man.
three.
No, it's gonna be a good one.
I'm excited. That trailer was crazy. So I'm gonna if you can send that to me. I
I
wanna
got you.
post it
Yeah,
across the board. You know what I'm saying? Try to get more people their eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? But with this conversation today, just overall of what I've been doing, right? And this is something that's new to me as far as like the one-on-one for the New England area, right? That's really what I've been focusing on is bringing people from the New England area, whether it's, Rhode Island, whether it's Mass, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maine, Virginia. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like wherever you are in the New England area, right? And you're doing something productive and you've gone through the process of healing. You can have
hmm
these actual productive conversations, you know what I'm saying, and educate people, right? With your free time, by the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a free time thing for me too, but this is my passion. So I'm always gonna be
yeah,
up here regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's one of the things that I've been trying to do. I want to bring this conversation farther ahead, right? Just like you're doing with the men's mental health. Like, I want to bring this across the board, right? With what I'm doing as far as the podcast is concerned. Cause I did the whole TikTok thing. I did the whole jumping on panels and, doing the panel thing. And I did that for years. But this right here is different. This is
yeah,
different. This is more intimate. This is more like real one-on-one getting to the nitty-gritty conversations, right? And I love this because every show that I've had since I started doing this has been amazing. Like amazing. Every person that's came up here so far has been amazing. The last episode that I did with Shah, amazing. We did the healing we did the healing journey in grace. That was the episode that I did with her. Today's episode, guys. I don't want to say it's only towards the men, but it's mostly men that do this, right? But I think this is an overall thing, right? So the conversation today, guys, it's regulating while in survival mode. Okay. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not a conversation I've actually ever had, if I could be completely honest with you. I've touched,
most people have not. Yeah,
right. We've touched on surviving in the survival mode, but we've never touched on regulating in the aspect, right? And people will ask, why would you want somebody to regulate in survival mode? Because let's be honest, not everybody can get themselves out of that mindset. Just want to start with that, right? Not anybody can get themselves out of that mindset. So the reason why this conversation is even being had is because of those folks, right? We always I want to say we gear towards the people that actually want to heal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we have conversations based off of those type of things. But what about the people that are struggling? You know what I'm saying? What about the people that are really like stuck in survival mode and really can't get out that mind frame? You know what I'm saying? And they just need some type of guidance and understanding. This is
hmm
what that is today. You know what I'm saying? It's very possible that we might be able to touch on everything today. It's very possible we might have to do a part two. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see where this conversation goes in regards to this. But it's really something that's important. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you, because we both been through the journey. We both
for
had our
sure.
level of survival mode, right? So what did survival, before I give them the actual definition of what survival mode is, right? What did survival mode look like to you?
That's a great question.
Mind you, I didn't write no questions down. Just I'm
Nah,
going off
that's
the top
good.
of the head.
Yeah,
So
nah, let's do it, bro. We getting straight to it.
you know what I'm saying?
Survival
Hey,
mode
Lady
for
Jai.
me, in a lot of ways, showed up in my inability to ask people for help. Right, I was
Mm,
very much I gotta figure it out on my own. I'm gonna do it on my own because I didn't want to inconvenience people.
right.
And I didn't want to feel like a burden to people. And oftentimes when I would approach people and wanted help or like wanted reassurance or wanted like to gain the knowledge and the skill,
Hmm.
the people around me weren't necessarily very helpful and weren't the greatest of teachers and didn't make me feel reassured for coming to ask them. It wasn't that relationship that made it like, okay, yeah, keep coming to me. It was
Right.
here, take this now, leave. And so
Oh,
survival
okay.
mode for me for the longest looked like my inability to ask people for help. So now for so much of my younger years in my adult life, I'm like, okay, Jordan, you got to figure this shit out. You got to
Right.
find a way. You got to make it happen. You got to thug it out. Yeah, it sucks, but it sucks for everybody. Figure it out. And that was some of the most unhealthiest ways of thinking for me. And even now, like I have to challenge myself to ask people for help when it should just be easy, right? It should be normal to just be like, hey, can you help me? And someone to be like, yeah, I can help you. Or to be like, no, but I know someone who can. Now it's like it's gotten easier.
Hmm.
But before, like to ask for help, boy, one of the most challenging things in my life. But that's what survival mode looked like for me for the longest was my inability to ask people for help.
You know what's crazy? I think I still struggle with that now.
Asking
Like,
people for
you know
help,
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Because it's
you
like
gotta delegate and ask for
I
help,
don't know,
man.
I don't know if it's a Capricorn thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I really be in my true Capricorn for real. Like, I just want to do shit myself. Because I feel like once I ask for help, like, and I'm gonna create a time frame on how long it's
Mm,
gonna take for you to help me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because usually when people ask me for help, I'm on it, right? Like I'm on it. I get it done. I do what I gotta do, and I get it done. You know what I'm saying? And then I give you whatever you ask for, and then I go about my business, go back to doing what I normally do. You know what I'm saying? But when
yeah.
I ask for help, and it be the simplest shit, it takes like 7 to 10 business days to get a response back.
Just for
You
the
know what I'm
response, right?
just for
Yeah.
the response, not even
Yeah.
the help, just the response
Okay.
alone. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't like wasting time. You know what I'm saying? So I guess me,
Mhm.
when it comes to survival mode, that was my thing. Like I didn't like asking for help because I feel like I can accomplish everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy to do that shit on your own. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, and the
Yo,
fact
it's
that
a
you keep
fight.
successfully navigating it on your own makes you keep doing it on your own. Because you're
That
like,
part.
man, I could ask somebody for help, but I know I can do this myself. Is it gonna suck? Yes. Am I gonna be tired at the end of it? Yes. But I know I can depend on myself. And
And
it's easier
that's the
to
fight.
depend on yourself than it is to open up and allow someone to help you. Because now there's the potential for disappointment. And no one wants to be
Or creating an
disappointed.
expectation.
Exactly.
Right. And that's the one thing that we all, I think, as humans, we all struggle with is creating expectations. Fun fact, everybody, your expectations are for you and not for anybody else.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people don't know that, right? When we create the expectations, we have to look at those expectations to see if we ourselves can actually follow through with those expectations before you expect anybody else to do it.
I
And
was
that,
just talking to somebody earlier about that exact thing. It's like
it's
literally
like,
like an hour and a half ago. And it's like,
yeah,
yo, we really can't expect from people what we are also not willing to do ourselves and can't do ourselves.
that part,
And it's like, okay, if I have this expectation of you, I also need to be able to meet that expectation myself. And if
that
I
part.
can't, who am I to sit here and say, man, you got to meet this if I can't even meet it? That's kind of crazy. But
I
people live
mean,
like that.
it, but we were made to live like that. Like think about the way that
Mhm.
the world is, society is, right? The way that we were raised. Like that plays a major role in all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you're in the Caribbean culture, right? They
Hey.
don't delegate outside of that shit. They
Hey.
do it
Yeah.
within the culture, the family, right? They don't ask for anybody's else help but the family. And if the family can't do it, guess what? It never gets
It ain't getting
done.
done. It's not happening.
Like you know what I'm saying? Because they refuse to ask for help outside of the family. Like, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So
And of any kind of help. It's not even just, hey,
mm,
can you take me to work? But like
no, it's just anything.
mental help, emotional help, spiritual, you name it. It's not coming from anybody outside the family.
Exactly. And that's right there is a struggle, right? Now imagine somebody dealing with the mental aspect of asking for help on a daily basis, right?
Mhm.
Struggling, right? They know that they really have a fight that they're in regards to their mental, and they can't go to family, they can't go to friends, they don't trust arbitrators, so they're not going to go through a therapist or a coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they just have to figure it out.
Mhm.
And 9 out of 10 times, if I could be honest, they never figure it out,
No.
right? The response of them figuring it out is very temporary. It's a very temporary response, and it's a very temporary touch to what they're trying to figure out. Like it's never
Mhm.
the complete it's never the complete thought of figuring it out. It's
Yeah.
always a touch of it, and it's just like, all right, I
It
did
doesn't
this
really
part.
solve nothing.
It never solves anything. It's just like, all
Mhm.
right, boop. Like that's it.
Just
Like
enough
it's
to
just
get
like
by.
it's
Yeah.
enough to get by, but it never actually resolves anything that they're really struggling with. Like you know what I'm
No.
saying? And then and when that thing resurfaces, like now they're like, damn, I did something with it. Like, where do I go
And
now? Like
I think I addressed it, maybe. Kinda,
maybe
but not really.
possibly you didn't. Let me
No,
be
not at
honest
all.
with you. Not even a little bit. Like you know what I'm saying? That even that little touch that you did wasn't enough.
And
And
that
that's
goes
just
back to everything that you're saying with like being able to regulate in survival mode. Most people are not regulating in survival mode. They're surviving in survival mode. They're getting by in survival mode, but they're not really regulating. They're doing just enough to get to the next emergency and the next issue and the next problem
right.
and survive to get there. But they're not actually doing anything that's making life more sustainable for them.
Right. So in regards to Harvard Health, right? This is where I got this from. Survival mode is an informal way of describing a state where your body and mind are operating as if they need to stay on alert, protect, brace, or endure. It usually happens when stress feels ongoing rather than temporary, so the nervous system stays activated instead of fully setting back into rest and recovery. In the scientific term, this connects to the body's stress response, often called fight or flight, which means
Mhm.
to help you to react quicker to danger. Yeah. Um, so many things. Um, so
I
many
was gonna
things.
say, if you don't say it, I'm gonna say
Listen, I
it.
love Harvard Health. I really do because they always have some good insight on a lot of things. If you guys don't, if you guys are readers and you guys are researchers like I am, go to Harvard Health. They have a
Mhm.
lot of good information. Um, I learned a lot from them, and a lot of the stuff that I teach you guys on these podcasts, on these episodes, come from Harvard Health. They have a lot of good information and good insight on a lot of these things. Especially if you're a person that struggles with like your nervous system and struggle with stress, you'll get a lot of good information from there. They might
For
actually
sure.
have some books on there too that they will recommend. So make sure y'all go check them out because it's good information. But they're not wrong, right? So more people, for more than anything, I see a lot of people when it comes to survival mode, they either on alert, like they have to stay on alert, or they're always in protective mode, right?
Yes.
Because it's just like they're not gonna ask for help. So that's completely out the window. Right. So we're not even
Mhm.
gonna talk about the whole indoor thing or brace. Because when we're talking about brace, bracing for impact, you guys know when somebody's driving 80 miles down the road and and they're not paying attention to they're bracing for whatever might happen if they don't drive correctly because that impact is gonna hurt.
Mhm.
That impact's gonna hurt. Now think about the people that ask for help and then they have to wait for the response or wait for the person to either say yes or no. And then the person decides to say no, I can't help you. I waited all this time. I didn't even want to ask you for fucking help. First of all, like, and the fact that I asked you for help, and then you
Yeah,
told me no, like straight out no, like you didn't even explain to me why. Mind you, guys, no is a complete sentence. I always tell you guys that,
it sure
but
is. I
you know what I'm
swear.
saying. It is
I'm
a complete
learning that.
sentence. I'm not gonna revert back to not saying that. It is a fact, a complete sentence. They do not have to explain to you why they said no, but your nervous system and your expectations are expecting a response to the no
Yeah,
on why.
you're
You
bracing
could
yourself, like you
you're
said.
bracing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people don't want to go through that. They're trying to avoid that part. You know what I'm saying? So they just like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure it out myself. And that's
Mhm.
unhealthy. That's
Very.
unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? So we're on brace, right? We're there.
Mhm.
We're there. And you know what I'm about to go with this? What
Where
did
you
you
about to
what,
go with this, dog?
in regards to, right, this journey of men with for men, right? We I
Mm,
think we spend more time being on brace than anything, because it was like
yes.
we know that we're never going to be able to figure it all out, right? We do our best to figure it out, but in the moment, even in the moment where we don't ask for help, we're still on that brace on what can happen next if we don't figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And well, we live in that future of if it don't happen, then what?
Y-
And we're
Which is,
constantly bracing for that moment, whether it comes or not. But
yeah,
we're bracing for the potentiality of it. And that stuff will stress you out.
and it causes stress, it causes overthinking, it causes confusion, right? And it kills a lot of time, because you're
Hmm.
waiting for something to happen that's not going to happen, or that might not happen. Let me not say it won't happen. If that might not ever happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're sitting here wasting time instead of actually doing what we have to do to put in the work, or ask for help.
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
And
just like,
you really do got to ask for help, because if you the whole idea of, okay, I got to build myself up to ask somebody, and then if they say no, now I'm like, man, this is why I don't ask nobody for help anyway. When you ask for something, you got to be prepared that no is a reality. Not every question
yeah,
you ask somebody is going to be met with a yes every time.
that
But
is true.
when you start to ask for things, people
Hmm.
eventually, in most cases, start to come around, right? When you're that super strong, hyper independent, survivor mode type of person that never asks for help, people start to get into their mind that you don't need them to help you. You've actually
That's true.
conditioned the people in your life to not help you by never asking for help. They're looking at you as the family member, like this person's so strong and this person's so great. And now they're actually going to ask you for help more. And you're doing yourself a disservice.
I hate it
So
here.
it behooves you to start asking for help,
I
right?
hate it
And
here.
creating that space and
I hate it
working that
here.
muscle, man.
I'm
Hey,
gonna need you to stop.
I'm,
I'm gonna need you
I'm,
to stop talking about me, first of
I'm
all.
talking to
Like,
myself at the same time, brother. I'm trying to get better. It's hard. I swear to
yo,
God.
I need you to stop. I need you to stop
But
talking
like,
about me to these folks. Like,
if
cause
you that family member where you always asking if people are okay, but they don't really ask you if you okay because you always look okay, even when the house is on fire. Like this is the life for
listen,
you.
third
You got
degree
to start
burn,
asking people for help, man. You got to start
third
asking.
third degree burn over here, struggling to get out the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, yo,
Yeah,
help me.
you're conditioning people to not help you by trying to be so strong.
What did Kevin Hart say? Ninja, help
Help
me.
me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. Like, people will scream, and it's crazy, right? Okay. So a lot of things when it comes to people asking for help is usually silent, right? It's something
Mm,
that you just notice. If you're a person that observes individuals very well, like you're a people watcher, or or you're good at human behavior or body language, you can actually just look at somebody and tell that they really need fucking help. Like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You know when
like you
somebody going through it a little bit.
yeah, you can kind of tell. Yeah, it might become not completely like spot on, but there's something there, right? That
Yeah,
that tells you that they're struggling with something. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to vocalize it. It'll be good if they vocalize it, right? If you can help, there's
be
no
better for
reason for
everybody if they
you not to help.
vocalized it, man.
Very true. But the problem with a lot of people is they want something in return. Like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna help somebody, it doesn't necessarily have to have a give and take.
it
Not
don't got
every
to be
single time.
transactional all the time.
It doesn't. It really doesn't have to be. Like, if you choose it to be, cool. That's who you are as a person. I'm not here to judge. But it's like, at some point in time, when it's your turn,
Hmm.
remember how you treated people when they asked you for help. I'm just saying.
It
I
come
just want
back
to put it
around, man. It
every
comes
time.
back around.
Listen, karma works very well at being a neutral individual. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been telling people this for weeks now. Like, yo, karma is like a bounty hunter, right? She works for herself.
Hmm.
Period. Point blank. Whether it's for good or for evil or for balance, she will take the job and she will successfully do what she has to do.
It's gonna get
Whether
done.
you whether you like the response of it or not, guess what? It was necessary because something that you did that you shouldn't have done, or some way a way that you responded that you shouldn't have responded in that certain way, caused karma to come your way. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why
Learn it for yourself.
I do my best to help everybody, right? And if I can't help you, I have no problem telling you why I can't help you, right? Don't mean
Yeah.
that I have to, but I will because I feel like as an individual, it's not my responsibility to deal with the emotions after the fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you the truth,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna move out the way because whatever
And that's what you
emotional
gotta do sometimes.
yes, because the emotional response. Listen, first of all, I'm not one to try to handle a grenade. I'm good.
He
I'm not doing it. Right?
said, I'm
I'm
out the
not
way.
doing it. Yeah, because once that fucking clip comes off, there's no time frame on when that shit's about to blow. I got no time for that. I ain't got no
Hmm.
time for that. So if I tell you no and then I explain to you why I can't do it and you still get mad, uh,
I can't do much more.
I can't.
You've explained it, and that's it.
I've explained it. Now, in regards to this, just like understanding what survival mode even looks like, right? Let me explain to you what survival mode looks like. Okay, I've been doing this for 6 years, right? I've probably asked maybe two or three people within the 6 years for help with what I've been doing for the last 6 years when it
Mm.
comes to the podcast. Okay, I could literally name them on hand. Like, like
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying on how many people that I've actually asked for help in regards to like trying to understand these things. Now, have I learned from other people? Yes, but I didn't ask them for help. I just observed and I asked questions and I learned. Get what I'm
Mm.
saying? That's
So, like
different.
in a roundabout way, you asking for help, but not asking for help
But
by
not
just
asking
trying to
for
soak
help.
up the knowledge.
Yeah, I'm soaking up the
Yeah.
knowledge without saying the word help me.
Instead
Like
of
you get
saying,
what
"Hey, teach me," and like teach me is help me. It's
yeah.
just I'm gonna just soak up the
I'm just gonna
gems. I'm
soak
gonna
up the
soak up the
gems and
wisdom.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm gonna give you your thank yous and I'm gonna go about my business. Now, in a moment where I actually ask somebody for help, I'll give them that credit because they did help me. Right? They didn't waste time helping me. They didn't wait. You know what I'm saying? They just like
Hmm.
they took the time and sat with me. And the fact that they took the time to sit with me, I made sure I sat there. You get what I'm saying? I sat there and I learned and I soaked in everything because your time we can't get time back.
Making the
So
most
if
of that time, man.
so I'm making most of all the time that you're giving me. You know what I'm saying? And shout out Coach Derek, right? And shout out Anthony Manzanet, who is also Hormiga, right? They've been with me since day one.
Yeah.
Those two individuals been with me since day one. So they've watched the growth from when I first started this to where I am now. They've seen the transition. When I'm telling you, those two I sat with and I soaked up knowledge. I asked for help when I needed help. They did not hesitate to help me. And even in the moments where they were just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not in the capacity, right?
Yeah.
I understood because because they've already sat with me before. Like, you know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And I know I'm the type of person that will ask all the fucking questions.
Oh,
So it's
million
like
and one.
you know what I'm saying? Because I know that shit could be overwhelming.
Yeah. And it's like I may need to sit down with you again, actually, and ask you some more questions if
Yeah,
you're available.
exactly. So that was always my thing. But I give them their credit, because it's like I know I could be a pain in the ass to deal with sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Everybody
just
got
like
their moments.
it's all in good love, right?
Yeah.
It's never about, you know, trying to overdo it or overstep. It's always in a good love. And they've always had my back. and I've always had theirs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you choose to step out of your comfort zone.
And
Or
you know
be
what
and
happens often too is
what's up?
like people will say that they, especially in like our lane, but just in general,
Go
right?
ahead.
People will say like we need supports or we need a team or like we need the right people around us. And then we think like those people will just fall into our lap. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really is like you find the right people to be a part of your journey
Right.
by asking for help at times or
True.
being open to receive new information, being open to receive help, being open to receive even just criticism, right? Or being able to understand, like, hey, I don't know everything about this thing, but I know someone who does. Let me connect to that person.
Right.
And in life, in any aspect, really, you're going to need people along the way to help you figure things out. And the sooner you're
True.
able to sit there and acknowledge, like, hey, there are points in my life where I need help and I
Yeah.
need to open up to people about needing help and allow people into my life to help
Yo,
me,
what's going on, guys? Good
the
afternoon,
better it
guys.
is for everybody.
Yeah, no facts. And it's crazy. It's this conversation is like is so in depth too. It can go very deep, right? I'm trying to keep it as surface level as possible because obviously if we go deeper, we're gonna have to do a part two. In regards to this, it's definitely gonna need a part two. But I do want to advise people. A lot of the survival mode things is also childhood based too. It
Most
is.
of it,
Most
truthfully.
of it is. If you really think about it, because if you think about how you were raised and how mom and dad operated and how they maneuvered, you know, while you were growing up and while they were teaching you and showing just just kind of showing you about life, like they were running on zero capacity.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what their capacity was. They just were just running on empty half the time. They
Yeah.
literally was just running on empty half the time. You know what I'm saying? And we never recognized it because we were kids. We didn't know what that really looked like. But now if you think about it as an adult, you know
You
what I'm
you
saying?
you
They
you
were
get it. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
I think
like
I
you know
get
what
it.
I'm saying? No, you get
Yeah.
it. You're just like, damn, like mom and dad did everything that they could for us to understand like how to really maneuver and how to operate, but it wasn't healthy. Like
No.
none of it was healthy. You know
And
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
times they just teach you what they were taught.
That's it.
And it's not always the healthiest thing. It's not
Not
always
even
the
a little
best
bit.
way to mold a kid. It's not always beneficial to their ability to like ask you for help,
Thank y'all for
right?
tapping the screen.
Like one example, and I told this story on a podcast. I don't know if I mentioned this with you, but
Probably.
with my dad, I probably did because we talk about
Yeah,
everything.
I think we
But
talked about yeah.
and I was helping my dad build a shed in his backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you leave wood laying around in the yard, snakes get up under it. I didn't know that then, but I know it now, right? So I lift up the wood. It's like 3 or 4 like little garden snakes down there. But as a kid at like
Mm-hmm.
12, it's the biggest snake I'd have never seen. And my dad is used to that. I'm not used to that. I'm
Right,
12. I'm
right,
like, it's
right,
12
right,
it might as well be anacondas under that thing, pythons.
right.
So
Yeah.
my dad hands me a shovel and says, hey, I need you to kill those snakes for me. And then just
Mm-hmm.
walks away. And now I'm sitting there like, I don't know how to kill a snake. I've never seen a snake. I'm standing here by myself with a shovel in a dream and nobody to ask for help. And like
Yeah.
in that moment, I learned that, like, okay, I really can't ask my dad for help. My dad just expects me to know what to do. And so many men have that thing in their life where they think people just expect them to know what to do,
Yeah.
almost to a fault. So, like, because we grow up thinking that people expect us to know what to do, we start to expect of ourselves to know what to do. We don't ever ask for help because it's like, man, I'm supposed to know this, and it's like, no, you're not supposed to know this,
You're
especially if
not.
you're a kid with a shovel and snakes in front of you
Even
for the first time. You're not supposed to know
yeah.
how to do this. But
No,
for
you're not.
me, it was snakes. But for somebody else, it may be something different. But there's this societal expectation of men that we're supposed to just know what to do and figure it out that works to our detriment and feeds into this survival mode mentality we find ourselves in.
I think the one of the struggling things for I've seen growing up for a lot of people that I know is teaching older siblings how to operate better than we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we were forced to do that, right? And people be like, "Oh, you're the young, you're like, the youngest don't really have no responsibility." Bullshit.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we have more responsibility, if anything, because now we have to deal with, right, the oldest kind of putting in the frame of how we're supposed to operate, right? The oldest is usually they do that. They put the frame in, they put the work in. We see how they operate. That's usually the go-to individual for a lot of people because it's just like
Yeah.
that's how they operate, especially if the oldest is a man,
Almost
right?
becomes an extension of the parents.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
because that's the person that was there first. Mom and dad, they poured into that child. They taught that child everything that they could teach him and or teach her, and da 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 da. Come the middle child. Now the middle child wants to be the one that tries to be the rebel, right? I don't want to like be like my brother or my sister. I want to be me. Let me be me. Let me do what I gotta do so I can figure myself out. I don't want to do what he's doing or what she's doing. Right? Okay, become the rebel. That's the one that ends up fighting with mom and dad all the time, doing shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. Right? And then you got the youngest who everybody expects to just not get in trouble, not have responsibilities, not nothing, right? You thought that was gonna be the thing. I thought that was gonna be my
Mhm.
life. I was waiting for it.
It was nothing like that.
Not even remotely. Not even remotely. Because my mom was a hard worker, right? She was a CNA, so she was always at work, right? They wanted me. I was with my sister a lot. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, if I could say my sister raised me, it makes more sense because my mom was always at work, right?
Mhm.
My mom laid the foundation. She worked. She put the roof over our head. She did all the good things as you know what I'm saying, as a parent. Now, as far as learning things about life, my sister, right? It was around her friends, things of that nature. So it kind of made it seem like I didn't have my own identity, and in a sense.
Yeah,
So
that'll do it.
whatever, you know what I'm saying. So whatever survival aspects or survival mode that I was struggling with wasn't really mine. You know what I'm saying? It was inherited in a sense, unintentionally.
And that's the thing. You can inherit a survival mindset.
Yeah. So it's just like I had to remove myself from that, right? Because it was just like, at what point do I start to experience my own life? You know what I'm saying? And start to make my own mistakes and start learning from my avenue of life that's not
Mhm.
inherited. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just like
You
it
got to
ended up
find out who
being
you really are.
right. So I wanted to remove myself from whatever survival energy that was on me because I'm like, this can't be mine because I haven't experienced life yet for me to be this stressed out. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. I didn't have
Mhm.
my kids yet or anything of that nature. Mind you, I'm still trying to figure out life. I think I was like in like high school, like the beginning of high school or some shit like that. Right? I'm still trying to figure life out. I'm working with my neighbor, make my little chunk, my little change and whatever, before school and after school. And I'm just like, I was like, why am I so stressed? Got good grades. Like, you know what I'm saying? So school's not stressful. Like, I'm making money. Like, where is this coming from? And I had to think. I was just sitting there, just like,
It
as
wasn't
an
even your
adult,
stress.
yeah. Like, what cause was causing this? It was the fact that I was attached to my sister, and it's not because she did anything wrong. It's because people created expectations that I was going to be just like her.
Mm. Don't that be the worst when people get expectations of you being
Thank you
like
for the heart,
somebody
me
else?
sis. Yeah,
That'd be the worst.
because it's like, do you? So are you expecting me to just not have my own identity? Like, is that
Yeah.
is that what it is? Like,
Like, do you not think I could be something else?
you know what I'm
That
saying?
I
Because it's
gotta
like,
be like this person?
yeah, like I gotta make the same mistakes that they made. I gotta do the same things that they did, right? And it's not saying that my sister's a bad person. She's not. But it's just like when your family creates that narrative, right?
Oh
And I
yeah.
don't even think that they realized that they were doing it.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was
And
just like,
sometimes that narrative will come with a level of overcorrection from a
yeah,
parent that is even more damaging than if they just let you be who you wanted to be.
or try to be.
or
right?
try to be, right?
You
Because
know what
like
I'm
you don't
saying?
even know at that age, you figuring it out.
Yeah, like let me figure out my lane. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where I can go in regards to this energy that you guys are trying to put on me that I never wanted in the first place. Like
You
I
know,
didn't want this shit in
I
the
didn't
first
ask for
place.
none of
Like,
this. You know?
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like as I grew and then you know what I'm saying I became an adult and I had my first son. Like I realized that being a parent, I'm just like I see why they would think that I was gonna be like her. Like you know what I'm saying? Is because she without the underlying thing is she raised me,
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was working, she was with me, she picked me up from school, she fed me. You know what I'm saying? She made sure I took a shower. She made sure I was as a kid.
this is who
She
you
did the
spending most
mom
of your
thing,
time with.
right? She did the mom thing,
Yeah,
right? And she didn't ask for the position to be mom or to raise me. Like, but that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And everybody and people didn't realize. I don't think people realize the damage that that can cause, right?
yeah,
Because you're being forced to be a parent. You're being forced the responsibility of raising somebody instead of living your own life and trying to figure
yeah.
your life out, right?
Adultifying kids is one of the worst things you could do to them.
And that the level of survival mode that most people don't even touch on, right? We don't dive into that aspect. But that right there, raising somebody, being there for somebody your whole life, and not really being able to experience things outside of just raising them, not
Yeah,
going to college, not doing the things that you want to do as a young adult, right? You're just being a parent.
yeah.
Like
A parent to a kid that's not your kid.
that's not your kid.
And
You
like
know what I'm
raising
saying?
somebody while you also still need to be raised is a lot. That's a lot to demand of anybody. But more often than not, you find, especially like we was talking earlier, Caribbean households, African households too, you'll see it. But Caribbean households, you see it a lot.
Hmm? So it's just like now that I'm older, I'm thinking about it more and more, and I'm just like, thank you, right? Because
Mhm.
yes, you did raise me, right? But no, I don't want to be like you. Like, like you know
They
what I'm
both can
saying?
exist. Yeah.
Like it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it sounds so dark when I say it like that, right? And it sounds so evil when I say it like that, like she's a bad person. She's not a bad person. I just wanted to be my own person. I wanted my own identity. I
Yeah.
was tired of people saying that I was gonna be like somebody when I didn't even know who the fuck I was yet.
Yes.
Like,
And they
like you
say
know
it
what I'm
in a
saying?
way that makes it seem like it's your responsibility to like change all that or the world is gonna end.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's
yeah.
like whole time I don't even know who I am yet. Like y'all just need to
What's going
relax a
on,
little bit.
Cam? Yeah, so it's just like that right there. I don't know. A lot of people don't talk about that part of survival mode, right? We talk about going to work and you know what I'm saying, having to pay bills and being an adult. And being an adult is a stressful thing. It isn't a stressful thing, but it's not stressful if you live within your means. Just saying. Just want to put that out there.
That's a whole
I know
different episode. Living within
we
your means is definitely a whole nother episode.
we gonna have to do that because that right there is an important one too. But it,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like we talk about the surface level things of what causes the survival mode, right? Having to work, having to try to live within this shitty ass economy that we have, right? You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure that you have the monies to pay all your bills and then have enough money to do your hobbies and have enough money to make sure you have food on the table and clothes on your back. And if you have kids, that shit multiplies by like 10. Like, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like it's
Daycare is
like
crazy.
you know exactly. So it's like you gotta take care of these little ones that you brought into this world, or the little one that you brought into this world, and you're just like, damn, like how do I figure this shit out? Like you know what I'm saying? Like how do we get this right? You know?
Yeah. How do
And
we
then
sort this thing out?
yeah, because it's like I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm exhausted. But who do
Hmm.
I go to when I'm at this point? Because not everybody has somebody that they can talk to.
Yeah. And not for nothing, just bringing it all back to the asking for help thing. We would have more of those people in our lives if we started asking for help. Because at the very least, when you're asking for your help, people will show you that you can't come to them. And now I know, okay, I'm never going to come to you for nothing. But
Right.
then some people will show you, like, okay, maybe for this particular thing, I can come to you. Or if you have someone who's good at redirecting it, like, hey, I can't do this, but this person can, That's
Hmm.
great because everybody needs that somebody that they can go to, a
Yeah.
friend, a professional, a family member, whatever it may be. But we got to open ourselves up to being able to receive that, because it's nice if people could just see us and see
Hmm.
we need saving. It's kind of
Right.
like a
We,
lifeguard looking out and seeing a kid in the ocean, like, oh shoot, I need
right.
to go
Right.
save that kid. And we
Yeah.
want it to be like that, like, oh, someone saw me and they jumped in and saved me. But life don't work like that, right? It's not some beach story. Like, it's not that.
I
You got to
wish it
speak up.
was.
I wish it was too, bro.
I
But
wish it was, but
you
it's
got to
like it's
speak
not.
up. You got to articulate. You got to learn the language of asking for help. And a lot of people avoid asking for help too because they don't want to look helpless.
That's another topic right there.
And it's like
The
they'll
language of
avoid it.
asking for help.
The language of asking for help, because people will avoid it entirely because they don't want to look helpless or weak. And there's real strength in asking for help. And there's
Or the
also a lot of strength in knowing your limits and not
true.
forcing yourself to meet them every time. Just because you have the capacity to go to 100 doesn't mean you got to go to 100 every time. It's okay to hit 85 and then stop. So we gotta work on that.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot that falls into the category of knowing your capacity, right? Knowing that
Hmm.
strength has a capacity, knowing when to be resilient and when to kind of shut the operating system down. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
got to
Like
reboot.
you got to reboot. You know what I'm saying? Think about a computer. A computer has a usually has an update every so often. If you don't update your computer,
Hmm.
guess what's gonna happen to that computer? It ain't gonna work the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You gotta restart. You gotta reboot. You gotta reset. You know what I'm
And it'll
saying?
ask you nicely the first time. It'll be like, "Do you want to restart now?" And then you every time we hit no, I'll do it later,
Story of
until
my
it
life.
finally says, "Hey, we're restarting now, regardless."
Yeah. No more
And now
snooze.
you done lost everything
No,
that you didn't save.
yeah, no more snooze button.
Hmm.
You wasted all your snooze capacity. You know what
That's
I'm
it.
saying? That's it. So it's just like, yeah, no, we have to reset. It's okay to reset. It's okay to ask for help, right? People be like, how do you ask for help? Just by asking, right? The only thing that you have to prepare yourself for is not getting the response that you are looking for. That's
Yeah.
that's the ultimate thing in regards to asking for help and kind of removing yourself out of the survival aspect, right? One of the main things is to understand where your survival aspect comes from. Where does the survival mode come from? Right? Know the origins of that, right? So that way you can better understand it. I think that's the most important thing. A lot of people they don't dive into that part, right? MJ, welcome in. They don't dive into understanding what the where the survival mode comes from. So they struggle with even dealing with it because they don't know what avenue or what experience in their life caused
Hmm.
it to even happen.
So how did I even get this far?
Yeah, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like where did it even start? Where does the origin of this survival mode thing happen for me? Whether it was your childhood, if you had a good childhood, then you probably never experienced or dealt with the survival mode thing in your family, right? You probably had, but if you know that it's coming from childhood, you need to go back there.
Yeah.
You need to go back there. You need
I
to
do a little
understand
inner
it.
child work, man.
Yeah, you got to understand it. You got to go back and relive that story a little bit and understand where that dynamic started because you won't be able to really operate within it without understanding the dynamics of where it came from.
Yeah. And then what compounds it and makes it even worse sometimes too is not being able to handle rejection well,
Mm,
which most people cannot handle rejection well. But
true.
if you're someone who is right in survival mode, trying to figure it out, trying to make ends meet, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, and then you finally open up to someone, and like you said, you got to be prepared for whatever their answer may be. When they hear that no, it's like, dang, okay, here's this rejection, right?
Mm,
And no ain't always rejection, is just creating the opportunity for you to move on to the next person who can do it for you.
true.
But some people, like when you struggle with rejection, and like I used to be someone that struggled with rejection, and it would almost make you feel that much worse about your own situation. It's like, man, okay, I'm dealing with all this. I don't know what I'm going to do. And now on top of it, nobody wants to help me. And it's like, no, it's not that they don't want to help you. They can't help you. And that's two different things. But
Right.
my mind would process it as they don't want to help me. I'm not
Yeah.
worthy of the help. I'm not good enough to be helped. But that
Yeah.
came from an unhealthy relationship with rejection, when in reality, it's like, no, they want to help me. They would help me if they could. And just because they said no doesn't mean that our relationship is any worse off. They have the
Right.
right to say no, and I got to respect their no.
True.
But I also got to be strong enough to then go ask the next person. But that unhealthy relationship with rejection just adds fuel to everything we all already
It
been chatting
does.
about.
But that also stems from somewhere too, right? The whole
Yes.
rejection conversation that stems from
Hmm.
somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You got to do the inner work. Got to do the inner work because rejection is not supposed to be a bad thing, right? A lot of the things that we have negative notations on are not a bad things. Can we
No.
can we can we say that out loud without being canceled? Like, like, yo, is
No,
that
not
is
all
that
bad
even
things.
like it's not all bad, yo? Like we create. I don't know when that became a thing, right? Where we put a negative notation on every single thing. Like, when did that become a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we put a negative notation on the word no. It's not a bad thing
Yeah.
when people tell you no. They might not have the help or guidance that you need. They might not have the capacity to help you. You get what I'm saying? Like, so they said no,
Hmm.
right?
And some people, if they help you, you might be worse off. Some people, some people will volunteer to help and lead you off a cliff. It's not worth it.
Kick you straight into a hold like 300.
Now you sitting there wondering, like, man, I should have never asked you for help. This is terrible. I should have never
Kick-
asked you for help.
yeah, kick you straight off
And
the
now you
cliff
got the
and gave
help,
you
but you regretting it the whole time.
no rope.
Hmm.
Just had to climb yourself back up.
Yes,
Oh my god,
yes.
man! Listen, that is, at that point, fight me. Cause like,
At
you
this
know what
point,
I'm
square
saying?
up. Let's do it,
Yeah,
man.
we
Square up.
need to square up. Cause ain't no way that I asked you for help and you put me in a worse position than I was already in.
Hmm.
Like, that's crazy work, but it does happen. It does happen.
That's a thing.
Oh, I got a question.
Talk to me.
I got a question. What does it feel like when people offer solutions that your body cannot receive?
Mm,
Mm,
that's a great question.
I know.
That is an outstanding question. There's someone in the chat right there?
No, that was
Oh,
me. That
yo,
was
bro.
me.
It's a great fucking question. All right,
Yeah.
ask it again. I'm ready now. The shock
Okay.
factor is gone now.
That
Now I'm
that
ready
was
to
that
answer the
was.
question.
I
I was
know.
like,
I know. We
wow,
had to
yeah,
take that in.
yeah. I said,
For
oh,
everybody here too. For everybody here too. If you guys want to answer the question in the chat or in the comments, what does it feel like when people offer solutions that your body cannot receive?
man, sometimes it feels like more stress because now I'm in a position where I really like, okay, this is a solution. It's not the solution I wanted. It's not the solution I was prepared for. And because I wasn't prepared for it and I know I didn't want it, like my nervous system is on like 1,000 right now. And for me, a lot of times I feel it in my chest. Like I get a certain level of chest tightness where I'm
Yeah.
like, when I get super stressed out, chest tightness.
Blood
And I'm
pressure
just like,
rising.
man, yes, yes. And I'm very like flat affect. So like you won't
Yeah.
see too much on my face, but inside right here, it's like, but yeah. And a lot of times it's just coming to that acceptance because right sometimes the solution to your problem is not going to be the thing that you really want to do, and sometimes the solution to your problem don't look like it looks like the thing you're trying to avoid. So when it
Mhm.
shows up as the thing you're trying to avoid, how does it feel? Oh, it feels like hell sometimes, and I get very stressed out. And then it comes to a point where now I have to get to this stage of like acceptance of what is. and then I can act on it. But when I try and act on it without accepting it, it's like I'm not going to be effective. It's tense the whole time. Nobody's
Yeah.
happy. I'm complaining the whole way. It's not good, but getting to that place of acceptance is what I need before I can move forward.
It's kind of like running away from your purpose in a sense.
Mm,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
It's like
saying?
you know
Because
this is the way you got to go,
yeah, because
whether
you
you
got to
like it
think
or
about
not.
it. You got to think about it, right? 9 out of 10 times when you receive good advice, good solutions, those are usually the things that you don't want to do, right?
Hmm.
The negative things that you'd be like, maybe that would work. Let me try it, right? But the things that you like, they gave you clear instructions on what you were supposed to do. You're just
Yeah.
like, why are you trying to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted to do. That's not the
So
answer
you
that I
don't know
was looking
what's
for.
best for me,
But
and it's like, nah,
yeah, but you
know.
don't even know what's best for you. That's why you came to me for help.
That's why you asked for help in the beginning. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
know
saying? So,
someone's hesitant to the change when they ask you for help and you give them the solution and then they start trying to critique your solution to make it fit their life. And at that point, it's like you're not really ready for this, or
no,
you're
you're not.
having a real hard time accepting it. But like,
Yeah.
if I'm telling you 1 plus 1 got to equal 2, don't try to make it 3 minus 2 equals 1. Like, don't try and find a new way to get to the same answer. Like,
Facts. But it's true though. Should I thought I'd ask that question because I seen it sitting here. I'm just like, should I? It's like, should I? Like, let's ask it. Fuck it, why not? Let's see what the responses we get in regards to that. Hopefully, we get some good comments for that one. I'm definitely gonna clip that one because that was good.
nah, that was a great
Um,
question.
that was a great question. Um, I got another one.
Talk to me.
Why when we tell somebody to just breathe, can it feel like frustrating? Can it feel frustrating to somebody that's not regulated or that's dysregulated?
Yeah. I mean, because not for nothing, breathing, when you're not used to doing breath work
Hmm.
and really understand it, it looks stupid, right? Outside looking in. Because I
No
was a very,
facts.
right? Because I was an angry kid growing up, and people would be
Right.
like, yo, just breathe. And I'm like, I'm already breathing. Like, if I wasn't breathing, I'd be dead. What do you mean, just breathe? So when they tell you to just breathe and like breathe in, breathe out, and I'm like, this is stupid, right? But I didn't know any better. Now that I understand it and I've practiced it and people have showed me how to do it and like I truly understand it and the whole
Mhm.
mindfulness aspect of it is great. But when you're not used to any of that and no one's walked you through it, and I feel like the walls is closing in on me and I can't breathe, you telling me to breathe is pissing me off now. Like now I'm getting upset because I don't want to breathe. I need solutions.
It's like
and,
it's like
and you're
somebody
not
telling me
helping me right now.
it's like somebody telling you to relax. Don't fucking tell me to
Hmm.
relax.
Yo, and
Like,
I wasn't even that upset, but you
like
telling me to
you need to
relax is
relax.
making me more upset now.
Yeah, it's just pissing me off now. Like, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to tell me relax. I need solutions. Give me some loose. Give me some. Telling me to relax is not a solution.
No,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Telling me
it's
to
not
relax
helping
is
me.
not. I just want to fight you at this point because why are you telling me to relax?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it.
nah, that'll do it.
It's
That'll
that
set me over. Bro.
that'll set somebody off immediately, yo. Like, and that's the lack of emotional regulation, right?
Yeah.
That's because like what they're not telling you to relax to piss you off. They're telling you to relax because your anxiety's through the roof, and you're not realizing that you're fucking tail spinning, literally. Like, you know what I'm saying, in real time. It's not like it's not just mentally you're doing it. You're physically doing it. Like your words is mixing together. You're not making any sense. You know what I'm saying? You're
Hmm.
just talking air.
Yes,
Like,
that's it.
you know, that's it. You're just
That's
talking
it. It's
air,
not
and
beneficial right now.
nothing coming out your mouth makes any sense. Nothing.
And sometimes the
Like,
breathing people need to do is really to just scream. Sometimes a good
I've said that.
scream will get the same effect that you trying to let them breathe in and breathe out for a 3 count is gonna
I've,
do.
I've said the same thing. I've said
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah, to go by the water, right? Perfect place to do it. because
Hmm.
that acoustic is beautiful. By the way, I just let you guys know that.
I've never
Um,
tried that, but I'm gonna try it now.
try it. Okay,
I've always
for
been
everyone.
a basement or in my car screamer.
My okay. So new thing, right? For everybody to try. Never do it in the place where you feel comfortable.
Mm,
Never
okay,
do it in the
I'm
place
already
that you
knowing
feel
now.
comfortable. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because then you're gonna constantly do it in the place that's supposed to be your safe space, right? With i.e. your home, basement, whatever, right? It's always gonna. You never want your safe space to be the place where you release all of that energy, right? Because then that energy stays there.
Makes sense.
The, the energy stays there. When you do it outside in the world, in nature, by the water, right? You're releasing it, literally releasing it, meaning it ain't
Yeah.
gonna come back to you. Like you know what I'm
Now it's out
saying?
into
It's
the
not gonna
universe
come back.
now at that point.
Yeah, it's out in the universe. Let the universe handle it. Let God handle it. You know what I'm saying? Let Him handle it. But you doing it in your house, it's not releasing anything. It's just bouncing off these walls at this point.
Hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying? And eventually, that same stress and energy that you're struggling with is gonna come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back and haunt you. So do it out your house. You know what I'm saying? Go by the water. Scream as loud as you fucking want by the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get that out your system. When I tell you it feels amazing.
And all
Feels
it takes is one good one, and you're like, yo,
yeah.
this is great.
And
Because it be moments
you
where
got
you
some
be
good body
ready
of
to
water where
scream.
you at.
We do. We got some good stuff over here. But
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like go by the water and just listen, when you do it, I want you to call me after too. Cause like I
I'm
want
definitely gonna
because
do it now. Yeah,
you
yeah,
because it's like I want you to understand how satisfying it is to release that and then not go home with it. Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then or release it and then just not have to think about it after the fact. Like you know what I'm saying? That's a stress reliever on its own. It's just going a place where you normally don't go to release. You know what I'm saying? Because at
Yeah,
one it's uncomfortable, right? And uncomfortable requires it provides growth, right? When you do something in an uncomfortable setting, right?
for
Growth
sure.
comes with that, right? We know that as coaches, we know that. You know what I'm saying? So we know that if we do something that's not in our comfort zone, we're gonna learn from it, whether we want to or not. It's gonna teach us something. And what it does for people that have anxiety, that deal with stress, right? That deal with overthinking, like you know what I'm saying, deal with anything that dysregulates your mental or your nervous system. Scream out in the open. I don't give a fuck who's looking at you. Like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Scream, release it, let it out.
Yeah.
I I promise you, it feels good.
And in so many ways, it's like you just got to get back to like when you were a kid before you had the words. Like kids have very physical emotional responses,
True.
right? Because they don't really have the words yet. They can't sit there and say, the other day I was very disappointed because da 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 da, and it just made me feel unseen. And they don't have all those words, but
Right.
when they feel something, they show it physically. And one of the things kids do is scream. Like when they get mad, they start screaming, and they look
At the
funny
top
when
of
they
their
do it.
lungs.
It's hilarious, but they
Facts.
start
It is
screaming
hilarious.
at the top of their
Going on.
lungs,
Right.
and but it's a way for them to release when they don't have the words. And there's a lot of times where we just don't got the words.
No.
We just going through life. We're stressed out. We're tired. We're feeling all these things, but don't know how to articulate it. But how do we release it? And that's a great way to do it.
It is. Like and I'm a big person of journaling too, right? Journal.
Hmm.
Write your thoughts out. For individuals that don't want to keep the thoughts, write it out and burn it.
Yeah, burn it, shred it, either
Shred it,
one.
something. Release it into the world, right? That's another way to do it. When I'm telling you there's mechanics that you can use in regards to relieving stress that we think it's so minuscule and so stupid, but it helps.
Hmm.
It really does. It helps.
And it
right? You
feels
got,
stupid in the beginning when you're doing it for sure.
of course, right? And
Until it works. And then you're like,
until
oh,
it
this is
works.
actually great.
But you also got to keep in mind these tactics and these things are older than most of us combined.
Hmm. It's been around for a while.
It's been around for a minute and it's worked. It's always worked. It's always worked. You know what I'm saying? It has an avenue and it has a layer to it where it's just like you know what I'm saying? Like you could just let that weight off your chest and let that weight off your body, and you're not thinking about this shit 24/7. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because there's certain things in life that we can't control. And we try to control every single aspect and layer of our life. And that's what causes the stress.
Yeah. That
Like, you
desire
know
for
what I'm
control.
saying? That you can't control everything.
No, not at all.
You
It's
know what I'm
better. It's
saying?
better off that we can't control everything because we might not like the world that we create for ourselves.
No, we're not gonna like the world that we would create for ourselves because then we start creating expectations and boundaries that are not real.
Hmm.
When
And
we
we
have
think we're gonna like
control,
it, but we're not.
we're not gonna like it. It's gonna feel good for a little bit, and then it's gonna get boring.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna start to isolate yourself, and then that isolation is gonna get scary because now
Hmm.
your social cues are off because you've been isolating for so long. Now you don't know how to talk to people. Now you don't know how to interact with people.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can go wrong in regards to that, and people don't realize it. Like you know what I'm saying? Survival mode causes all of that. It causes all of that in a nutshell. Like it causes all of that. You don't know how to speak to people. You don't know how to ask for help. When you do ask for help, you don't know how to regulate the fact that you might not get the response that you're looking for, right? And then
Hmm.
your emotional regulation is off because you're expecting a certain response.
Yeah. And
You
you're
know what I'm
struggling
saying?
with rejection.
And you're struggling with rejection. Like
Yeah.
there's, you know what I'm saying? Like it creates so many layers to that. So it's like when you're dealing with being in survival mode, that's why when we say the healing journey works, and you have to go through it because you have to learn how to acquire all of these skills and all of these tools to be able to regulate yourself within survival mode. Right?
Hmm.
This is why this conversation is important because for the people that don't know how to get out of survival mode, which requires a lot of healing and a lot of growth, you could actually control or manage how you react or respond to the things that you respond to within your survival mode. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I.e., learning emotional regulation, learning how to control your responses to rejection, right? Understanding where your survival mode even stems from is the
Yeah.
key. That's the key, right? Everything else just comes with it after the fact. But that key moment where your survival mode even started, or you inherited it, because it might not even be yours. We
Hmm.
already we touched on that. It might not even be yours to begin with. It could be something that you've built in from either raising somebody that you wasn't supposed to raise, helping too many people because you're a people pleaser, right? We didn't even touch on that part, but
Nah.
I'm just gonna throw that there, kind of just
Yeah.
catch it, like you know.
If
So
it
I'm gonna
applies,
throw it, just
receive
give
it.
it.
You
You
know.
know what I'm saying? If it applies, if that's you, then just catch it.
Yeah.
Do some research. We're big on research over here. Research why you are a people pleaser and why that plays a role in your survival mode, right? Catch that. A lot of you people chasing this validation, external validation at that can also cause a level of stress and anxiety in your survival mode, right? Because you're looking for something, you're looking for a response from people that you don't need
Facts.
when you have it within yourself already. But because you don't trust yourself enough to understand that you already have what you need, you will go and search for it somewhere else. Or you'll ask questions about the stuff that you yourself already should know about yourself to other individuals. And because they don't have it themselves, they're not going to be able to give you the answer that you're looking for. So
No,
you wasted all that time for nothing.
you're gonna be disappointed anyway.
Yep. It's just gonna fall under a rabbit hole of things that you shouldn't have had to deal with in the first place.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So question.
Talk to me.
What does gentle regulation look like?
Gentle regulation. It's got a lot of different faces to it. I think part of what it looks like is having grace with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people don't have grace with themselves, at least not to the measure that they should. I think people are a lot harder on themselves than other people are. I think people are more critical of themselves than other people are. So it's like even the incremental steps to you regulating yourself, or the incremental steps to getting out of survival mode, or just navigating survival mode, or even just acknowledging that you're in survival mode,
Mm-hmm.
any little incremental step is worth being celebrated. So a lot of people will look at it as like, okay, I didn't get to the end goal, so I didn't do anything. And it's like, no, you didn't get to the end, but bro, you're like halfway there. Celebrate the halfway there, because
Yeah,
just not too long ago you was worse off. So
true.
giving yourself grace and celebrating the little victories along the way, and the little drops in the bucket of progress along the way that get you to where you're trying to be, which is like whole, healed, and together, right? You got to celebrate each piece of that. So that's what the gentle aspect of it to me looks like, is just having grace with yourself and celebrating the steps along the way.
Yeah, no, that's important, right? I think one of the things that we can also touch on is the safety aspect, right? When it comes to regulating yourself, like people don't understand that there's a level of safety that you create for
Hmm.
yourself and for your mental and for your emotional and your spiritual, even for your intellectual. Like you create a safe haven, right, in regards to regulating yourself, because the things that would normally take you out of character, you are creating a barrier around, right, so
Yeah.
that way it doesn't penetrate what you're trying to build.
Hmm.
Now you have to be able to appreciate those small safety moments that you're creating, because it matters. You got to understand it, because it doesn't look like safety to you because you're not there yet, right? You're not at the final step, like you stated, and they're not at
Yeah.
that final moment. But that level of barrier that you created, that level of boundary that you created, where you can be able to do,
And
like, you
take
know what
that
I'm
deep breath,
saying, and
man,
take that deep breath and
and
not
breathe, man.
and breathe. Come on, man. Like, like you gotta celebrate that moment, because we have moments, like, bless you, we have moments like
Thank
that
you.
where we people don't ever get to that moment. Like, you know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
no, we
people don't
never
ever
do.
get to that moment where they can just take a deep breath. Or when they take a deep breath, they don't feel like they're going through anxiety when they take that deep breath. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? That deep breath is not supposed to make you stress. It's not
No,
supposed to cause stress. It's not supposed
should be a
to have you.
release.
It's
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying. The moment that it causes anything but a release, you missed a step.
yeah. You having a different conversation now.
Yeah, you missed a step. There's something that was missing in that aspect, and you have to go back. You have to go back. You have to go think about it. You have to go relive that story again. You know what I'm saying? You missed a lesson. We always talk
Yeah.
about the lessons in our lived experience. I tell you guys this all the time. If you miss the lesson within your lived experience, that thing is gonna always come back to haunt you every time, and it's gonna come
Until
back
you
when you
figure it out, and until you learn it, it's gonna show up in new ways.
is and in way
Yeah.
and in moments where you least expect it.
And a lot of times it'll show up in your relationships, whether it's with your family or romantic relationships. It's gonna show up again,
Even in your friendships,
even in your
even
friendships.
especially in your friendships, if we could really talk
It's
about it.
it's gonna show up
So,
again.
especially in your friendships, right? Because in those aspects, that's where you start trauma bonding with people, and that shit's
Hmm.
dangerous. And
That's
that's
a
dangerous.
whole nother episode, bro. We got like 6 spinoff episodes off of this
Yeah,
joint.
we do, and it's crazy because I'm like, we're not even. I mean, I think we're kind of giving you guys what's needed, right? I feel like there's more that we can give you guys, but I'm trying to I'm trying to break it up a little bit,
I didn't
right?
even peep we was talking this long.
Yeah, no. See, I wasn't paying attention to the time either. I was just kind of just like scrolling through the notes that I took, and I'm like, I got so many of these questions that I can ask right now. But if I start asking all these questions, we're gonna be here all night.
Oh,
Like,
we're gonna be here for 2 hours.
like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you. I'll give you two more.
All
I'll give
right,
you
let's
two
do
more,
it.
just because it's like, all right. What have you been taught to believe about yourself when you're struggling?
Mm. I think what I was taught to believe of myself when I was struggling, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, is either A, I'm not worthy of the help, or
Hmm.
B, nobody is coming to help me, or nobody wants to help me.
Right.
And neither one was true. Like, there are people out there that wanted to help me, and I'm worthy to be helped. But I believed that
Mm,
of myself for the longest.
yeah.
And so because of that, I never asked for help. I'm like, no, I'm gonna figure it out. It's cool. It's easier if I just do it myself. If I do it this way, I can't be disappointed. And like,
Right. Right.
I
Right.
don't
Right.
want to bother nobody. I don't want to inconvenience nobody. But like, that's what I believed of myself when I was struggling. And it was honestly just negative belief systems that weren't truly based on anything substantial. But
Right.
as you do that work and start to like ask yourself these questions, like this is an outstanding question, and it's a good question for other people to ask themselves. Like, as you do that inner work, it's
Hmm.
not just what we do, but why do we do what we do?
Right.
It's not just what do we think, but why do we think what we think? And this is
Yeah.
a great question, because it's like, okay, well, Jordan, what made you think that? And then I had to start thinking about it. And then the more you peel back the layers, you start to realize you have this really profound belief about yourself that's really rooted in a bunch of nothing.
That's
And then
it.
and once you realize that, it's like, man, why was I ever thinking like this? I spent years of my life thinking this shit,
That's the
and
reason
I
why I
should
asked
have
you this
never
question.
thought it.
That's
Yeah,
the reason
it's
why I asked you that
no,
question
and
because
it's
it's
a
like
great question.
and it's there's so many layers. It's like it creates a onion when you ask
Hmm.
that question because now you have to.
It's like
It's
Shrek.
not a see. It's different, right? So for us, we can respond to those questions quickly, rather quickly, right? Because we've
Yeah,
actually put in the work.
someone else would probably still be sitting here thinking, like, man, okay,
Yeah,
well, what
because
did
they
I
have to
think?
peel back that onion. They have to
Yeah,
peel back that onion, and that right there is a part of the healing journey itself. Is to peel back the onion, right? Peel back that layer of things that made you think
yeah.
that thought.
Let's get
Like
to the
why did
core
you
of it.
yeah, why did you think that you wasn't worthy of this? Or why did you think, you know what I'm saying? Like why did you
Yeah,
put that there? Like why who
like,
made
who
you
made
think
you
that?
feel that
Like
you weren't worthy enough? Who made you feel you
yeah,
weren't beautiful enough?
yeah, like
Smart
you know what I'm
enough,
saying?
and all of that. Who made you
Like
think
you
that?
yeah, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like it can't come there's no way that it started with you.
Hmm. And
You
then
know
it's
what I'm
like, once,
saying?
and then you got to ask yourself, is there any proof that this is true?
Right.
And then you're probably going to realize, no, there ain't really much proof that it's true. So why do
Nope.
I believe it?
Because you've had a way of looking for external validation
Hmm.
from people that themselves didn't put in the work.
Yes.
That's that really what and that's exactly what ends up happening. You're talking and navigating these things with people that they themselves don't want to put in the work. You're trying to put in the work, which is why you're asking all these questions, right? But then you realize I'm asking the wrong people these fucking questions. Like,
Yeah. I need to
like
go to somebody else, because this isn't
yeah,
cutting it.
this
This is
this
not
is
the one.
not happening. Like this is going nowhere. This is going nowhere, and I see that for a lot of people, man. It sucks because it's like I want to
Hmm.
see everybody do good, but you guys
Yeah.
gotta want to do good. Like y'all gotta want to be well. Like I can't want that for you more than you want it for yourself. Like you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's the struggle right there. Because I'm like, damn. Like if they would have just thought about it this way instead of thinking about it how they're thinking about it, like like they wouldn't be thinking like this. Like, yo, like
Yeah.
this, and I just want sometimes you just want to tell somebody that shit, but then you don't want to be that person that just
Sometimes you got to, like, you
yeah,
need
like
them people around you that can see your blind spots
yeah, yo,
and
because I'm
point that
like
out to you. And if you
for
got
real,
too many people around you that
too
aren't
many,
pointing that kind of stuff out,
too
and you
many
just got a bunch
fucking
of
yes
yes
men.
men, you
Like,
need people that are gonna point that out about you, the good and the
yeah,
bad,
I
and
love my
either
community, bro, because it's just like
yes,
hold me accountable, please.
yes,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, change my mind frame because I sometimes I have my moments, right? I ain't a coach all the time. I promise you that. Like, I'm
yo,
human.
and that be the
Like,
thing. People think you in
yeah,
coach mode every day, and it's like,
I'm
nah.
not. I'm
Sometimes I'm
not.
just Jordan today, and I don't care.
Listen, there's Coach E, and then there's dark humor. Like and that like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and then I run down that rabbit hole. Like and sometimes some people have to pull me back. Like, listen, sir, you're here to help people. Remember
Say,
that.
hey, reel that back in a little bit, bro.
Like you know what I'm
Reel it
saying?
in.
So it's just like you gotta know your capacity as a human. Like you gotta be
Yeah.
willing to take in information. Like and I always say information is good no matter whether it's good or bad because it gives you the understanding of what to do and what not to do. Right?
Hmm.
You don't have to apply everything that you hear and are taught because sometimes it might not be a part of your actual life. But and this there's where the but comes in. I don't even like using the word but the like you know what I'm saying. It becomes knowledge that's stored, right?
Yeah.
And when something happens where that knowledge is necessary, then you can go back into your memory dial and realize, oh, I spoke to somebody about that before, and this is what they told me.
Yeah.
Boom, let me apply it. See if that shit works. We don't
Hmm.
think like that. Like you know what I'm saying? And that's my biggest thing. Like I take in information no matter if this shit works for me or not. Like
Yeah. People
and you
only
know what I'm
want the
saying?
information that works and works right now.
Yeah, like and half of the time the shit don't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
It's like, who are you getting
like
this information from?
for real, it don't work. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you
It's
did
like, did you
all of
fact check this information?
you did all of that and it still didn't work. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like you didn't even try to debate it. You didn't try to fact check it like you said. You didn't even try to ask questions on the things that they told you. You just okay, I'm gonna do it. Like
With that, literally with that voice too.
like you know what I'm saying? Like Super Mario. Like I'm just gonna, you know, like
Yo.
like I'm just gonna fucking A. Like this don't
Oh
even make
man.
it makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Like just like you have to be willing to debate healthy. Have a healthy debate. Have a healthy discussion.
Hmm.
Ask questions. If you're not asking questions, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
Ask all the questions because if they really do have the information that can help you, they're not gonna have a problem with you asking questions.
No. No. And to your point about healthy debate, just to add to that, I got a friend who's probably like one of the smartest friends I got.
Mm.
And I would purposely, when we was in college together, argue with him. Like he would say something, and I would always be the contrarian, devil's advocate, play the other side of it. And I would argue with him on purpose. He didn't know I was doing it, but I would argue with him on purpose because I wanted to learn more. Right.
Yeah,
Because if I'm going against what he says, he has to come back with another argument. He has to articulate it a different way. He's using different
right.
language around the same issue. But he didn't know he was just getting pissed off because he's like, yo, why you always want to argue with me? But eventually I told him, I said, nah, bro, me arguing with you was so I could learn. Like there was a strategy to it. Because
Facts.
this not only did it sharpen my debate skills, but it opened my mind up to different ways of thinking. So like having healthy discussion like that, it don't not saying go argue with your friends on purpose like I did, but healthy debate is good.
It's good. No, it is a healthy debate, right? If they know it's a healthy debate, by the way. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he didn't know till later.
he didn't know till later. But you
Mm.
know what? It worked out. Hey, Twain, what's going on? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. It's important. Healthy debates are important. Like I love having debates with people, especially people that have a lot of knowledge, right? They just like they're just a wealth
Yes,
full of knowledge. Like
and that was him.
and it was just like, where did you get all this information from? Because what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like, what do you do on your day to day to have all of this information? Because it's like there's only so much time in the world or in a
yo,
day.
this dude
Like,
was filled with so much random information, bro. Like, what's that page on Twitter? It was like Uber Facts or something back in the
yeah,
day that would just post random.
yeah,
Bro, he was
yeah.
Uber Facts before Uber Facts. Like, he just knew random stuff. So I'm like, nah, I gotta pick your brain, but I didn't want to just sit there and ask. I said, like, I gotta argue with you. So like, let's do it. But yeah, no, it's literally that.
Ooh, I gotta do this to you.
Oh
I got two
man.
more questions for you. You ready?
You just
This one,
said two more.
I,
You
I,
lied
I
to
can't
me.
I can't help it. It's like I'm talking to you, but I'm reading, and I'm like, he's gonna answer this question exactly how it needs to be answered because it's a good question.
I got you.
If what if regulation started with performance instead of started with permission instead of performance?
Hmm. That is a great question, man. When you remove the performance from it, regulation becomes a lot easier. Life in general becomes a lot easier when you remove the performance from it because we grow up in, especially in America, it's like everywhere you go, you got to perform.
Right,
Especially as I can only speak from a male experience, but like you
right.
got to present yourself a certain way and perform in trying to be a leader, in trying to
Mm,
be masculine, in trying to be a good student. If you play sports, you're performing in sports. If you're in some kind of extracurricular, you're performing there. You may feel like you got to perform in your household to be loved. And like you have all these different areas in your life where you're trying to like meet a standard and perform in a certain way so that you can be accepted and excel in all these places.
right,
But do you accept yourself and are you excelling inwardly? Like it's
right,
great that you're doing all this outward stuff, but are you excelling inwardly? And that's where you got to give yourself the permission to not have to perform all the time, right?
right.
Give yourself the permission to take a day off, right? Like
Mm,
take a load off, relax, focus on you. Don't worry
right.
about what you got to do for everybody else, what everybody else wants from you, what the
Hey King, welcome in,
timeline
bro.
is, what the deadline is, how something's supposed to look, how you feel like you have to show up every day and who you show up as every day. It's okay to
Hmm.
just be yourself and give yourself that permission to just be instead of having to be something all the time.
I like that. I told you he was gonna answer the fucking question. That's the reason why I asked it. Because I was like, but I got a part two to that question, right?
Yeah.
What if we turned the performance into passion?
And see, that's the challenging part because a lot of people will take their performance and turn it into passion. Some people will perform so long and get so good at performing that they're actually now convinced that they actually really do love this thing genuinely. And it's not always the case.
Mm,
I think it's just become so ingrained in who you are and your identity that you can't let it go because who would you be without it? It's like when you see them high level athletes and once the game is over and the lights is off and they hang up the cleats, it's like, man, I don't know who I am anymore. What do I
mm.
do with life? Whether it's the pros, college, or even whoever was the nicest kid in your
I
state.
think about that with Stephen Curry because like, what do you
Yeah,
do outside of that, bro? Because you can shoot from damn near anywhere. People have to guard you the moment that you leave your house. So it's like,
yo, yes,
you know what I'm saying? So what do you do when you're not playing basketball? Like, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like you live and breathe shooting this ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like, what do you do outside of that?
Even Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah,
He
God rest
he
his soul.
acknowledged it. R.I.P. to
Yeah,
Kobe, man.
yeah.
He acknowledged that when he retired from
Thank you for the
basketball, he
heartbeat.
had no joy in watching the game anymore
Yeah,
until he started watching the game with his daughter and working with his daughter and coaching his daughter. But in between that, he found no joy in the game, wasn't watching it anymore, like was disinterested. And it's like
yeah.
he had him working with his daughter in that way and coaching and having that team gave him new purpose again.
I hope
But
that never happens with what we're doing.
yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I really hope it never happens because it's like there's so much work that needs to be done.
Mm,
You know what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
work.
And a lot of work and so many people to save and so many people to help and guide. It's like I hope that never becomes a thing. I'm praying that it doesn't become a thing. Where I just like, I'm done with coaching and then when it comes to like seeing other coaches kind of, jump into that lane that's new to the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like
Yeah.
and I'm just like, damn, I wanna teach them, I wanna guide them, I wanna educate them on how to kind of maneuver this. But then I'm retired. I don't want to do this shit no more. Like, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
you
It's like,
might just be the voice of wisdom, man. You may not
yeah,
be
like,
coaching. You might be coaching the coaches at that point.
yeah, it's like it's crazy. But I promise you, that was the last one. That was,
I
that
thought
was
there
the
was
last one.
another one. I was like, I
I
know it's
did.
another one up his
There
sleeve.
is another one there, but I'm a leave it. I'm gonna leave it because I feel like it's a lot. It's a part. It's two questions. It's a two
It's a
part question.
two-parter.
Yeah, it's a two parter. I don't know if you want to do it. Let me know. I'll
Let's
say.
do it, man. Let's do
Okay.
it. Let's do the two-parter, and then
All
we
right.
done for real, for real, for real. But nah,
Yeah.
let's do it,
So
bro. Because
so.
you got me in the zone now.
All
I'm in
right,
my
and this is
flow
for
state.
people that and this is for people that are here in the chat too, that are watching, and for the people that are going to be watching the replay. And this is a good last question too. What feels genuinely regulating to you, and not just what it looks good on, and not just what? Okay, I'm gonna do one part at a time. So, what
Okay.
feels genuinely regulating to you?
What feels generally regulating to me? It sounds funny, but like walking outside barefoot,
Okay,
like grounding. And again, like we talked earlier, like how breathing sounds stupid until
stupid.
you actually
Yeah.
learn how to do it. When people
Right.
talk about grounding, I'm like, that's stupid. But then you realize, like, connecting back to the earth in that way
Feels
feels
good.
great. Walk around
Yeah.
in my lawn and let my feet reconnect with nature. And then someone said to me one time, they said, "When's the last time you actually touched nature?" And you actually go days at a time without
Yeah.
touching nature, right?
Facts.
Because like you put your socks and your shoes on and you get in your car and you're touching like materials and metal and this and that. But when's the last time you actually like touched the
Touch
earth?
the earth.
So yeah,
Yeah.
grounding is generally regulating for me. It's great.
Cool. Second part of that question, right? I hate this right now.
Man.
what helps you? What helps you feel 2% safer or softer in your body?
Mm.
You see how that fucks with you? See how like it kind of just like
Nah,
switches the
because that's
whole
one you really
dynamic?
got to think about. Like, regardless of what work
It's
you've
like,
done, you really got to
yeah,
think about that.
you got to really think about it.
You
Like
really
it's
got
just
to
like
think about that.
yeah, yeah,
What makes me
yeah,
feel 2% safer or softer?
yeah. I think that's not even a question that you can really answer right away.
The
You have to think
best
about it.
answer I probably could give to that is positive self talk.
Okay, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I
I
like,
like that.
I'm very big on, like, it might, to people on the outside looking in, it might look crazy, but I talk to myself often to regulate myself. Like, I'll have a whole conversation with myself and speak to myself like, Jordan, like when I'm
Mm,
stressed, I'm like, Jordan, you're fine. You've been here before. It's going to be okay. The last time
mm,
this happened, you figured it out before. You're
right.
good. You got people that love you. You got people that are there to support you. You're going to be fine. And like, I'll talk to myself just like that because I need to like hear it, but also me speaking it releases it from
Mhm.
just that tension I got in my chest. So
Right.
that makes me feel that 2% safer versus if I just had the same conversation, but in my head,
Hmm.
because we think more than we speak. And there's um, so many words we hear throughout the day, and most of them are in our head.
True.
So being able to slow it down and articulate it just makes me feel that much more safer.
I like that. No, that's a good response. So for me, I think it's more the same, right? Because I I talk to myself. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like it is
Yo,
what it is. You feel how
don't
you
care.
feel. Don't care. I talk to myself. You know what's crazy? My conversation with myself is safer than the conversations that you have with people in your life. Let me tell you that
Facts.
right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't sugarcoat stuff for people as it is. So imagine me having a conversation with myself.
Yeah, you're gonna
Like
keep it all the way real with yourself.
all the way real with yourself, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's one of those things. Like I think that's what kind of sharpened that whole not sugarcoating mind frame for me. Because like I don't want to sugarcoat things for you. I want to help you, but I ain't gonna
Yeah,
sugarcoat it for you. And I'm gonna do it with love, right? You may not take it as love because the way that's gonna come out, it's gonna come out real aggressive. Like you know what I'm saying? But it's like it's with love.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's with love because I honestly feel like everybody already live in a state of softness, right? Without them even realizing it. There's an underlying softness when it comes to telling people the truth that people
Yeah.
just inherently provide, right? Instead of giving them the real. Some
People are
people don't,
afraid to be direct. Yeah.
people are, I'm trying to get my words together here because it's like You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get canceled.
No, I get
So
what
it's
you're
like,
saying. But
I know
people will
you
get caught
understand
up
it.
more in how you deliver the message than the message itself.
That part.
And you could say the absolute truth. It's exactly what they need to hear. It's the thing that's going to help. And you being objective with them, but they're like, oh, I didn't like your delivery. And then they just disregard everything you said. And it's like, sometimes there's moments for the gentleness in the approach, and sometimes you got to be direct with people. And
Yeah.
most people can't handle direct, but
Yeah.
sometimes direct is what you need to get a
Yeah.
result done. Like you can't always handhold somebody through the process. In the
A
moments where
lot
you
of people do
can,
that.
cool, but people want that the whole way, and it's like, nah, I gotta be direct with you. You bugging right now, like,
Like,
and this is how we fix it. So,
and
like, are
then
you
and
gonna
then
fix it?
for expecting any man, for that matter, to gentle walk you to do have a gentle walk through your whole process, fucking insane. There's no man on this earth that's gonna willingly do that.
There's balance to it, you know.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Like
like you
there's
saying, the whole time is not a
times like
realistic
it's
expectation
not real. It's not realistic. That's not gonna happen. Like you know what I'm saying. I just want to put that out there, right?
because your whole
Just
process doesn't call for that the whole time.
no, it doesn't.
There's moments where you need to be direct, and there's moments where it's like, nah, okay, I know you. It's rough right now. Let me just be there to support you. Maybe you don't need the words right now. Maybe you just need a
You
safe
just need
space to feel right now.
just the
Let's do that.
energy. You just need the energy
Yes.
around you, and that's it. Cool. Don't mind doing that, right?
But if you want the advice, it's coming a certain way.
Yo, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. I can't. I don't know how, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like I've never because that's helped me grow. I've never had anybody in my life that ever sugarcoated what I needed to get done. Not even my friends. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, they always told me straight up, this is what you got to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is what needs to be done. And then on top of them giving it to me straight up, they'd be like, is it going to be easy? No. Is it necessary? Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And then that right there gives me the hype that I need. I know it ain't gonna be easy, but I gotta get this shit done. Let me go get this shit done. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then you got people that just like the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
You can't coddle people the whole way.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I can't. I can't. Like, it's like you're not gonna learn from that.
No.
I can't teach coddle.
Eventually, you're gonna have to do the difficult thing. Like,
Yeah. You're
I
gonna have
can
to do
present it to you as nicely as you want me to, but eventually it's gonna boil down to you need to
I know
do what
somebody's
I'm
about to say
saying to
something
you.
about me doing that shit too. Like,
Man, hit the usher joint. He said,
like
"What's that?" Omarion. He said, "Let
yeah.
me hold."
But no, yeah, that's what's necessary, guys. I got nothing else for you guys. I feel like we gave you a lot.
No,
I
for
ain't got
sure.
nothing else. I ain't got nothing else for you guys. But let them know what you got going on, man, because this summer it's about to be crazy.
Yeah, no, this summer's gonna be a good one, man. So July 18th in West Haven, Connecticut, we are having our annual men's mental health cookout. It's implied that it is just for men. You know, I
Yeah.
get questions every year. Can women come? Can women buy a ticket? No, this is a men's event because men need safe spaces to be able to share in their feelings and open up to one another, but
Yes.
also to build community, right? So this is where we do that. We have vendors. So if you're a vendor and interested, please hit me up. Um, we have catering, DJ this year, like prizes, giveaways. It's it's gonna be great. Food fire. They were serving brisket last year. I think it was. Yeah, it's a great time. But July 18th, West Haven, Connecticut. Again, you can find me on Instagram and pretty much every platform at Jordan Speaking, or you can also find the Mental Health Cookout page at Mental Health Cookout. And
Word.
then you can tap into the podcast, Daily Dimensions Podcast on all platforms. So connect with me, man. And happy to be on the platform, bro. It's a good time every time we link up. So
Every time, bro. And you guys already know I'm gonna be there. But I haven't
you know what
missed
I'm
it.
saying?
Like
It's
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
a certain core group of people where I'm like, yeah, I know they coming. I don't even count
Yeah,
their
you don't
tickets
even gotta act.
towards
Yeah,
what
like whether I'm on the panel or I'm just in the crowd, I'm gonna be there. Like, you know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
It's just one of those things. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to be on the panel, by the way.
And we
Just thought
still
I'd
got
throw
to
that
work.
out.
I don't know. It's probably. I'm hoping next year because this year has been. It's
Hectic.
been a lot of moving parts, but the goal has always been we want to
Just
take this state to state, and Rhode
yeah.
Island I want to be that first state. So
I gotta figure it out. Yeah, we
we
gotta
gonna sort
talk
something
to
out.
the powers that can be.
Yeah, because I
In the
feel like
state
if
of
we
Rhode
start
Island.
planning now for next year, we can make something shake.
Yeah, I think I might have to start having the conversations that's needed. But we can make it happen. I know a few
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
man. I know a few people that could probably make it happen. I just gotta reach out and hopefully they respond if they're not too busy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh no, we gonna find a way.
And just make it shake. But I feel like there's so many. I know exactly where we could do it too. That's the crazy part about it. I know exactly the space that we could take it. Like
Bet.
I know the space that we could take it, and I know I have the connections. It's just talking to that one initial person that has that energy. You know what I'm saying? That's necessary to get the push start going. Hit
Yeah,
that easy
that one
button.
that'll really push that button and get it going.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's what I need to. That's who I need to talk to, and I think I know exactly who it is.
bet.
So I'm gonna have to make that happen. But guys, y'all already know what it is. The month of May is open for anybody that wants to come on the platform. Caveat: you have to be from the New England area. Okay, I'm not taking anybody outside of the New England area. It has to be from New England. So if you're not a part of the New England area, please disregard the message of me because it's gonna be a
This ain't
flat
for
out
you.
no. If you want to jump on the panel on TikTok, absolutely. But this particular Saturday night event is called the New England Series for a reason. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like that I only do the New England individuals and the people that are actually doing what's necessary for the community and that's trying to help the community and trying to help people grow. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of my slogan saying built by design because they put in the work. There's passion, there's purpose to anything that's attached to me. Monumental, it has been pretty much my whole healing journey. That was my healing journey was monumental. So you know what I'm saying? I had to literally mind my mental because of the shit that I was putting people through. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like so like that's what created the whole platform. You know what I'm saying? And I was built by design because it took me from layer to layer for the things that I've been through to grow and be the person that I am today. So, and
Facts.
then shout out to Timeline LLC for the hoodie. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all, I'm gonna tag them in the video. Make sure y'all go hit up my boy LB for the merch. Y'all already know what it is. I'm also promoting and rocking all New England merch. So if you are a brand designer or a brand owner in the state of New England, no matter if you're from Rhode Island, Connecticut, Boston, Maine, Virginia, Hampshire, if you're in the area of New England, please hit me up. I would love to purchase your stuff so that way I can rock it on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing
Mhm.
over here. We're showing all of New England love, all of New England support, and we're just keeping it in our designated area because we don't have enough support in our area as it is. And there's really no point of us trying to compete with each other when we can help each other.
Need more
Like,
collaboration.
we need more collaboration than anything. So if I have to be that person that puts their foot in to collaborate with everybody, I will gladly do it. I love doing it. It's fun. It's always good conversations when I get people up here. They get nervous at first, like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be on the podcast." Like, no, it's just me, guys. You've known me forever.
It's just a
Like,
conversation. It
yeah,
ain't
like
bad.
it ain't nothing bad. I'm not. We're not messy over here. Like, we just have real adult conversations. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. So I appreciate everybody for being here. Then again, this the conversation was regulating in survival mode. If you guys are going to watch the repeat, make sure you guys make sure you guys subscribe to all the channels. If you're a person that likes to take it on the road, this will be on Spotify by Monday morning. Okay. I'm trying to be more proactive with putting this stuff on Spotify. I do apologize. But it will be on Spotify by Monday morning. If you are a person that likes to take it on the road, that likes to listen to stuff while you're going to work, things of that nature. So make
Yeah.
sure you guys go check it out on Spotify, subscribe to the Spotify, send it to your folks, send it to your friends. I'm trying to build the community there more than anything. YouTube is already growing. TikTok is already blowing up. You know what I'm saying? We already know how we are over there. We started there. So that family is already taken care of. But I'm trying to take care of Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and all the rest of the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you guys some more love. So make sure you guys definitely subscribe to those places. Make sure you go follow Jordan on all social platforms. Okay,
Yes,
I have
sir.
all his stuff linked in the videos and everything. I have all his stuff already, so I don't have to ask him for it. So so I'll link everything there. I'll link everything to the Spotify, and we'll get everything you know connected as one. All right. In a world full of negativity, make sure y'all choose love and love on purpose. Keep life simple. Love is the glue. Respect is the flavor. You dig, you dig, you dig. Make sure y'all live within your value, energy, and I pity the fool.